In the previous lecture, we have learned how to find out acceleration and as well as tension in the string attached for an Atwood machine, and we have observed that acceleration A is equal to greater mass minus smaller mass divided by total mass into acceleration due to gravity. This is the equation which we have derived. Greater mass minus smaller mass divided by total mass of the substance. So in this case, we will be getting A is equal to greater mass is m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into acceleration due to gravity. This is what we have got. And tension T is equal to 2 times product of the masses divided by sum of masses into acceleration due to gravity. So tension T will be equal to 2 times product of the masses are m1 and m2 and sum of the masses are m1 plus m2 into acceleration due to gravity. This is equation for tension. Now using these shortcut formulas without any free body diagram, we can solve identical problems in the sense like this. If there is any wheel and pulley where masses are attached with one single string, in such cases you can find out tension and as well as acceleration just by remembering this equation and this equation. Yeah, see, in this problem it is similar to Atwood machine, and there is tension T1 in between masses A and B, and with B there is another mass C attached. B and C are attached here. Therefore what we imagine is we imagine these two masses are summed up. This becomes mass of B plus mass of C. Total mass here will be mass of B and mass of C. It is B and C. Now you can draw like you can consider this exactly equal to that of Atwood machine. So simply this side it is mass A and this side it is another mass which is mass of A plus B. Okay, so if all these masses are identical, then this become 2 times m and this become m. Obviously 2 times m is greater than that of m, therefore this body is being pulled down and this body is pulled up with some acceleration A, and here there will be tension T1 and here there will be tension T1. So simply you can find out acceleration now using the formula. What it is? Acceleration A is equal to greater mass, that is 2m, smaller mass, it is m, divided by total mass, it is 2m plus m, into acceleration due to gravity. A will be equal to m divided by 3m into g. M and m gets cancelled. This gives you g by 3. That is acceleration of all the masses. So all masses move commonly with same acceleration. So this is A. We have got A. After getting A, we can find out tension T1. What is formula for tension T1? T1 can be written as 2 into product of the masses, that is 2m into m divided by 3m into acceleration due to gravity. M and m gets cancelled. So tension T1 will be equal to this 4 mg divided by 3. This is tension T1. We have got tension T1 and as well as acceleration. That's it. Now you should find out tension T2. In order to find out tension, there is no perfect formula. You should use free body diagram for C. That's what I'll do here. For finding tension T2, we draw free body diagram for mass C. You just draw free body diagram for mass C. If you draw free body diagram for this mass C, there is gravitational force which is acting in downward direction, that is mg, and there is tension T2 upward. T2 is in upward direction. Overall, body is accelerating in downward direction. These are the forces acting on this mass C. Okay. So therefore, F net is equal to mass into acceleration A. That acceleration is common acceleration. F net is the sum of the forces, that is T2 minus mg is equal to ma. Now I want to find out tension T2. So tension T2 is equal to mg plus ma. You can take m common from this. Tension T2 is equal to m into g plus acceleration is in downward, so I'm sorry, here you should take it negative, and this is mg minus ma. Here you need to take minus. Here you need to take minus because see, upward you are considering it as positive, downward you are considering it as negative. Therefore, acceleration for C, it is in downward direction. Therefore, you need to take minus here. And this is minus here, G minus. A already we have calculated, it is G by 3. This is M into 3G minus G, that is 2G divided by 3. Therefore, tension T2 will be equal to 2 mg divided by 3. Tension T2 is equal to 2 mg by 3 and tension T1 is equal to 4 mg by 3. Similar model problem. We have two masses M1 and M2 which are attached with a string in which there is some tension T as shown in the figure. You can understand figure clearly. So in this figure, M1 mass is attached with the string and M2. But M1 is on the horizontal plane, M2 is in the vertical plane. You should now find out what is acceleration A, and you should also find out what is tension in the string. You should use the same procedure which we have done previously. Just how many masses are there? Two masses are there. Therefore, you will draw two free body diagrams. So each mass gives you one free body diagram. Now let us draw free body diagrams for the individual masses. Now if I take free body diagram for mass M1, there is one tension acting right side, and these surfaces are frictionless surfaces. We are considering these as smooth surfaces. So M1 is pulled right side by the string. Because of that, there is some acceleration observed, it is A. And for M2, there is gravitational force which is acting in downward direction, that is M2G, and upward there is tension T, and overall acceleration of M2 is in downward direction. M2 is acting in downward direction, like it is pulling M1 mass. So M2 mass is greater than M1. That's the reason why the whole system is able to accelerate. Now as M1 and M2 are attached with the same string, two masses will have same acceleration, and that acceleration is common acceleration. So here we are considering number one, acceleration is common acceleration. Common acceleration because two masses are attached with the same string. And second is smooth surface. So this is smooth surface. We are considering it as smooth surface. We are neglecting friction. If there is any friction, then you need to take account of friction. But including friction, we will solve problems in the later sections. Now coming to this, you can plot free body diagram for mass M1. For mass m1. m1 is pulled right side by tension. Because of that, there is some acceleration a. So tension T can be written as m1 into acceleration a. There is only one force acting on mass m1 that gives you tension in the string. T is equal to m1 into a. Let me take this as equation number 1. Next, take this mass m2. For mass m2, you can draw free body diagram for mass m2. Upward force, take it as positive, downward force, take it as negative. This gives you upward force is tension T minus downward force is m2g is equal to minus m2 into acceleration a. Okay. Now we have already got tension T in equation 1. This gives you T is equal to m2g minus m2a. Let me take this as equation number 2. Solving equation 1 and 2. Solving equations 1 and 2. You can write m1 into a is equal to m2 into g minus m2 into a. Bring this to the other side. m1 plus m2 into a is equal to m2 into g. Therefore, acceleration a will be equal to m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into acceleration due to gravity. This is acceleration of the system, and this is common acceleration. After finding a, just substitute in this equation 1, you will get tension. So using equation 1, we can write tension T as m1 into acceleration. We already got it. It is m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into g. This is equation for tension in the string. So just drawing free body diagrams, you can find out tension in the string and as well as acceleration. Yeah, we have acceleration. You should find out acceleration and tension in the strings when bodies are connected as shown in the figure, and it is mentioned m1 is greater than m3. As m1 is greater than m3, m1 will fall down. As m1 is fall down, it is attached with mass m2 with one string. Therefore, tension in the string is T1. Tension in the string is T1, and this total mass m2 and m1 both are attached with the string. So if m1 is pulled downward, m2 will be coming right side because these two masses are attached with the same string. So m2 comes right side. As m2 and m3 are attached with each other, so m3 will be going upward. M3 will be going upward. So that will be acceleration A. Right? So all the three bodies move commonly with same acceleration. So m1, m2, m3, all the three masses will be moving with common acceleration. So all the three moves with common acceleration. So I can simply write taking m1 for mass m1. For mass m1, you can write it as free body diagram. It is m1g, which is acceleration due to gravity in downward direction. Upward, it is tension T, and overall acceleration is in downward direction. So therefore, upward force, take it as positive. It is T1 minus downward force, it is m1 into g is equal to, this body is with some acceleration, so I will be writing it as m1 into a. This is equation number 1. That is for mass m1. So after mass m1, we are after mass m1, take mass m2. For mass m2, take this mass m2. Right side there is one force, it is tension T1. Left side there is one force, it is tension T2. Overall m2 mass is moving with acceleration A, it is right side. Therefore, Right side force take it positive, left side force take it negative. Right side it is T1. Left side force it is T2 is equal to acceleration is right side. So acceleration as it is right side, you should take it as m2 into a. But one small change in the first free body diagram, acceleration is downward, so you should take it as minus a. Since acceleration is downward, this you should take it as minus a. And this is plus a. Because upward we are considering it as positive, downward we are considering it as negative. For mass m1 acceleration is downward, so you are taking it as minus a. Next, now T1 minus T2 is equal to m2a. This is equation number 2. This is for second free body diagram. Now next take for mass m3. For mass m3, upward force is T2, downward force is m3 into g. So upward force is tension T2 minus downward force is m3 into g is equal to acceleration is upward, that is m3 into a. This is equation number 3. So we have got 3 equations. From 3 free body diagrams, we got 3 equations. Now what you should do, you should solve these equations. So if you solve these equations, you will be getting acceleration and as well as tension. So first what we shall do, let us take 1 and substitute in equation 2. Take this T1. From equation 1, we can write it as T1 is equal to m1g minus m1a. Take this T1 and substitute in equation 2 using T1 in equation 2. I can write it as T1 can be written as m1g minus m1a minus T2 is equal to m2 into a. Now this gives you m1g minus m1a minus m2a is equal to tension T2. So T1 we have got m1g minus m1a, T2 is equal to m1g minus m1a minus m2 into a, that is tension T2. Now we already have got tension T2 like from equation 3. Let me take this as equation number 4. From equation 3, we can write T2 is equal to m3g plus m3a. m3g plus m3a, take this T2 and substitute in equation 4 using T2 in equation 4. I can write it as m1g minus m1a minus m2a is equal to m3g plus m3a. Bring all a terms to one side, g terms to the other side. Okay, m1g minus m3g is equal to m3a, bring a terms to the other side, plus m1a plus m2a. From here you can write acceleration a is equal to m1 minus m3 into g divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. This is equation for common acceleration for all the 3 masses. So after getting acceleration a, take this acceleration, use it in equation 2 or equation 1. You will be able to find out tension T1 and T2. See, in equation 4 we have got only T2, which is equal to m1g minus m1a minus m2a. And we have already found acceleration. Take this acceleration and substitute in equation 4. So using acceleration in equation 4, we get value of T2. Okay. And after finding T2 using equations of acceleration and tension T2 in equation, or else in equation 2, or you can just take acceleration A. Using A in equation 1, we can find T1. So like this, taking once, if you are able to find out the acceleration, if you substitute that acceleration in either equation 1 and equation 4, you will be getting tension T1 and as well as T2. Students, so far what we have learned is masses which are placed on the horizontal plane. But now in this problem, we are considering two masses in such a way. M1 is placed on the inclined plane whose inclination is angle theta. So we have got inclination angle theta. M1 and M2 masses are placed over here. Now M1 and M2 are attached with the same string. Therefore, tension in those strings will be same. As M2 mass, it is mentioned in the problem, M2 mass moves down. As M2 mass is moving down, M1 should definitely come upward. M1 should definitely come up. And both masses are attached with the same string. Therefore, acceleration will be common. With what acceleration M2 comes down, with the same acceleration M1 goes upward. And here we are considering these are massless strings and frictionless surface. So note that we are not considering friction. Frictionless surfaces and massless strings, massless strings and pulleys. So we are considering massless strings and massless pulleys. Using that approximation, we will be solving this problem. This problem is also no way different from the previous problems which we have done. Same concepts, but slight changes. Understand it carefully. Now, upon this mass M2, there is gravitational force which acts in downward direction, that is downward. And this M1, upon this M1, there is gravitational force acting in downward direction. It is vertically down. It's not along the plane. It's vertically down. See, acceleration and the gravitational force both are in different directions. So tension is T, which is upward. Acceleration is also upward. And gravitational force is in downward direction. I will be writing this as M2G and this as M1 into G. Okay. Now, use stepwise procedure which I have explained in free body diagrams. How many masses are there? Two masses are there. So you will be drawing two free body diagrams, M1 and M2, two masses, two free body diagrams. After that you just use F naught is equal to MA, because these two masses are in motion. Therefore, we will be using F naught is equal to MA in this concept. Now take mass M2. For mass M2, upward force take it as positive, downward force take it as negative. So it is T minus M2G is equal to, acceleration is also downward, so I am taking it as negative, minus M2 into A. Take this as equation number 1. This is for first M2 mass. Now let us take mass M2. Sorry, mass M1. But see here, if you are considering mass M1, observe carefully. These are the vectors which you have. One vector is in downward direction and other vector is along in this direction, and acceleration is also in the same direction. Acceleration is along the plane. This is tension T. So these two forces, it is tension T and this is M1G. These two are not, they are neither along x-axis nor along y-axis. So what you will do, you will be considering this plane as xy plane. I will be considering this as x plane and I will be considering this as y plane. Okay, let me take this as x dash, and this as y dash. So if I am considering this as xy plane, why I am taking this as xy plane? Always remember the direction in which mass m1 is moving, it is better to take that as the axis of reference. As A is moving in this direction, I am considering this as x-axis. So as m1 is moving in this direction along the plane, so that's the reason why I'm taking this as x-axis, and this perpendicular to that I am considering it as y-axis. So m1g, you can resolve it into components, because already we know this angle is given as theta, right? Okay, this angle is given as theta. So if this angle is theta, then you can write it as this angle as theta. So if this angle is theta, then you can resolve m1g into components. One component along in this direction and one component along in this direction. Okay, and this is m1g into cos theta, and this is m1g into sin theta. And acceleration is right side, that is a. So let us take in which direction body is moving, only that direction we will be taking the reference. So for mass m1, we can write upward force, take it as positive. So this is tension T, upward force is tension T, minus downward force is m1g sin theta minus m1g sin theta is equal to mass of this object is m1, acceleration is upward, therefore you are taking it as positive. A. This gives you equation number 2. Okay, so whenever you are getting inclined plane, in case of inclined plane, you should resolve acceleration due to gravity, like gravitational force, you should resolve it into two components. Now equation 1 and equation 2, we can write down tensions from there. See, check it up. From equation 1, I can write T is equal to m2g, T is equal to m2g minus m2a from 1. So take this and substitute in this equation. That gives you m2g minus m2a is equal to, sorry, minus m1g sin theta is equal to m1a. Bring a terms to the other side, g terms to the other side. This gives you m2g minus m1g sin theta is equal to m1a. This m2a, I am bringing it to the other side, plus m2 into a. So this gives you acceleration a is equal to m2 minus m1 into sin theta divided by m1 plus m2 into acceleration due to gravity. This gives you a. Once you have calculated a, take this a and substitute in any one of the equation. So using a in equation 1 or 2, we can find tension. So just substitute this a, you can find it tension in the string. Okay, so substituting the T over like a in the equation 1, you will be getting tension T this way. So like you can cancel m2 square on both sides. So final answer will be m1. Final answer I'll be writing here. Tension T is equal to m1 m2. If I take it common, it is 1 plus sin theta divided by m1 plus m2 into acceleration due to gravity. That will be the answer for tension T in this string.